Olá, Mackenzista, sejam todos e todas muito bem-vindos ao webinar sobre intercâmbio em Malta, onde é uma oportunidade que você vai ter de fazer um intercâmbio nas suas férias, seja de 2 ou 4 semanas, estudando inglês, numa ilha paradisíaca que fica na Europa, bem no mar Mediterrâneo. Essa introdução inicial em português, depois eu vou passar a fala para o nosso colega e representante de uma das principais escolas de Malta, que vai falar um pouquinho sobre os programas de intercâmbio. E antes de a gente dar início oficialmente ao webinar, eu gostaria de passar alguns recados. Eu sou o Flávio, trabalho aqui na COI, no Secretário Internacional, e faço parte da equipe de comunicação. E qualquer dúvida que você tenha durante o bate-papo, durante o webinar, você pode deixar sua mensagem ali no chat. Mas se for uma pergunta mesmo, alguma dúvida em especial, eu peço por gentileza de você encaminhar a pergunta pelo box ali do Q&A, Questions and Answers, okay? So now we can switch to in English. So I would like to introduce Santino. Santino is one of our partner in Europe, especially with the ESL programs in Malta, and he's going to start the presentation and tell everything related to the school, where it's placed, and all the activities students are able to join themselves during the exchange program. So, Santino, welcome once again. Thank you very much for your time, and it's over to you.
Thank you, Flavio. Thank you once again, for welcoming myself, to speak to the Mackenzista students in Brazil. I would like to send our warm welcome, to everybody. I'm actually chatting with you from Malta. Malta is the best destination, to learn English in Europe. For many reasons, slowly now we will, go through a presentation and we will explain you what you can do once you are up here and how you should get here, to minimize obviously, complications, flight, and international flight to come into another country before coming to Malta, because there are no direct flights, but I will explain you all in greater details very shortly. And then in the end of it, we will leave you about 5 minutes, to come back with questions where myself and Flavio will try to answer, so you can go ahead. So for those that don't know where Malta is located, we are literally in between Sicily, south of Italy, okay, and Africa, okay. It's a very small country. Surrounded by water, basically, is the best sea in the Mediterranean. We have 340 days per year with the sunshine, very mild winters. It's a great country because it's super safe for girls, to come and learn the language, travel, spend their time out and about, with their friends, international friends, while they're here studying English as a foreign language. Malta, it's a very tiny island, but there is, 1,000 things to do, especially in the summer. Swimming, obviously, going to the sea is one of them, scuba diving, party time, meeting international students coming from the rest of the world, namely Italy, Turkey, Japan, Korea, France, Spain, Portuguese, from Portugal, obviously better not, to improve the language, but, it's an international land where a lot of students pick up, because it's convenient, it's more affordable than UK or Ireland. The weather is always nice, and obviously there are other pros and about Malta. We will see it shortly. Okay. So next slide, Flavio, please. Malta has at the moment give and take 600,000 population at the moment. We went up a bit. There are plenty of foreigners. Lots of people are investing in Malta. Good level of English, people with companies that come and invest, they decided to live here. And then obviously they meet up with our students. Why? Because they hang out, exactly where our students are going, which means like cafe, nightclubs, bars, gyms. So every single time you go out and about, you are bound to meet, these lovely people that they come from abroad, and the Maltese as well, of course, that, obviously they speak English to you and they interact fully, from, day one on your arrival to your departure date. Okay? English is a foreign language. So what's happening in Malta? Malta, as you might know, is a British colony, okay? At the moment, well, it was a British colony. Now it's totally independent, but this is the reason why the Maltese speak English, because they were colonized by the British, many, many years ago. And obviously they have absorbed, on top of the language, their system, their financial system, their political system, everything is run in English. Obviously, the Maltese speak also Maltese, which is a Semitic language very similar to Arabic, okay? Very tough to learn, but it's a combination of Arabic, English, and Italian, okay? Very complicated, because it's one of the very few languages that, despite they are Arabic, they are written with the normal alphabet, okay? So it's a very peculiar language. We have tried to learn it. We have learned quite a bit, but being fluent in Maltese requires some kind of time and effort. But obviously, our intent to come to Malta is to learn the language, to have some time in Europe, 2 or 4 weeks in this particular case. For those that want to stay 3 weeks or 5 weeks, minimum is 2, and there is no limitation. If someone wants to come for 12 weeks, the only thing is to keep in mind that obviously it doesn't have to have a conflict with your course at Mackenzie, okay, at the university. That's important, okay? But you would know what to do and for how long you would be able to travel. So next, Flavio, please. Okay, why Mackenzie has partnered with the primary language courses? For the simple reason is because we are based in Malta 365 days per year, and we are reachable 24 hours a day once the student is here in Malta, okay, if needed. So we have a dedicated team that follows the students once they're here. We will meet you personally here once you arrive on the island. We will explain you what to do and how to do it. We will introduce you to the team and the school, so you will know exactly who to talk to if you need anything regarding, I don't know, regarding the accommodation, for instance, or the academic product, okay? But, anything else, you should be liaising with us, for a safe stay. And then, we will be just around the scenes, to organize your stay and make sure that everything goes well, during your stay, in Malta, okay? We have now 25 years of experience. This is the 3rd year that we intake Mackenzie students in Malta. And I have to say that we are proud of the Brazilian students coming from Mackenzie, because obviously, there are very intelligent students, but, their stay so far, it went, amazingly well. Everyone, was very satisfied. We had also about 6, 7 professors in Malta that came, to see the destination. And obviously next time, we might see Professor Simone and Flavio, coming soon, to see us. So, we look forward to, meeting up, the rest of the team, soon. Why prime language course in this particular case? Mackenzie partnered with us because we provide the best value. Okay. We are fully accredited, and we follow the students, from arrival to departure. So these were the conditions that we have shared and accomplished, in the past. And this is why Mackenzie is still cooperating and partnering, with us, for the Mackenzie students. It's not the first time. We know what the students are expecting. So, we will be delighted, to hear from you via email once the presentation is over. Don't forget that we are 5 hours in front of you. So when it's 8 and 9 o'clock p.m. in Brazil, obviously it's early morning in Malta. So if you send any messages via WhatsApp or via email, just, you need to wait for the following morning, for the following day, to receive an answer, because most probably we are in bed. Okay. Next one, Flavio, please. Okay. We are based in 3 countries. We are in Ireland, we are in the UK, and we have our headquarters in Malta. We are, as I said before, on 24 hours emergency on-call service, which makes the students, for the students, a very reliable service, because if you have any problem, what you have to do is just give us a call, and, we will pick you up. It did happen to a student that he was on the other side of the island. He couldn't come back because there were no taxis or buses, and we sent somebody to pick them up and take them home. Obviously, it's better if it doesn't happen, but, it could happen. So you're only a call away from us. So just make the call, better to disturb us and to make, your way home safe, rather than, trouble yourself, waiting somewhere that is not safe. So, this is basically, what we are, providing to the students once they are in Malta. Okay. We do offer several alternatives. In our particular case, though, we don't organize work experiences during the 2 or 4 week stay. We only offer a general English course in group. When I say general English course, that means that it's not a specialized course like, I don't know, for lawyers, for aviation, for linguistic. It's a general English course in a multicultural setting, which means that you're going to be sitting in class with another 15 students from other countries. We named a few earlier. There are literally from everywhere. You will meet quite a few people from abroad, and you will also meet other students also within the accommodation, because it's in the accommodation you might be sharing your room with a girl from Italy, for instance, and maybe this Italian girl is not in your class. It's within another class with another level. So you will make friends basically in both circumstances, in class, outside the class, at the accommodation. Okay. So the school is primarily located, is super central, 2 minutes away from everything. From the accommodation is about 12 minutes walk maximum. The apartments are all new, but I'm going to show you some pics and some information shortly. Okay. The rooms are all double, so you are bound to meet someone and sharing the room with someone. But we also have the opportunity to pay for a supplement and to have a single room. I don't normally suggest it for two main reasons. The first one is the supplement to be paid, okay, which is quite important. And the second reason is better to share the room with another student, because then you will most probably become your best friend and you will practice all the time, okay? At school, we will have a multilingual staff available, purpose-built classroom with air conditioning and natural light, a sea view, student counseling service, which means that if you have any academic issues, I don't know, you don't learn, or your level is too high or too low, you know, we will meet with the director of studies and we will discuss the changes that might be necessary, you know, to make your stay, you know, enjoyable, okay? The school has a cafeteria, has a library. It's, as I said, you know, only, you know, 7-10 minutes away from the accommodation. So in the morning, there is no need, you know, to catch a bus or to get a taxi to come to school. Students normally wake up together, they get ready, and they walk to school and vice versa. Why traveling abroad? Educational objectives. You know, the first one is to promote international understanding. Obviously, most probably some of you have already traveled abroad and you have met with people. But, you know, being traveling to learn a language abroad and to be alone and meet someone that is gonna share exactly your objective is something amazing. You know, I've done it about, you know, 35 years ago myself. And then I travel around the globe for free to meet up, you know, my mates, you know, my friends. So try to come to Malta with an open-minded, you know. I know it's not ideal to live home where everything is ready, you know, the standard is very high, mama's cooking is the best, you know, but, you know, for 2 or 4 weeks in this particular case, it's just a matter of challenging yourself as well a bit, you know, to be away from home, make your own friends, learn from others, you know, most probably your best friend is cooking for you one day and showing you how to make a good plate of pasta, and you maybe showing them how to cook a feijoada, you know, these type of things, you know, and then you go to the cinema together, you know, it's an amazing experience. So come, you know, to accept the change, you know, that's the best, you know, you can actually do, okay? This is the school, okay? This is the picture of our school, Atlas Language School, from the main entrance. It's located in Pembroke. It's a very highly residential area, away from traffic, chaos, and as you can see, you know, it's always pretty sunny. It's a brand new school with very large classrooms, a cafe inside, professors, you know, the teachers are super qualified. They all have highly certificates or diplomas to teach English to foreigners. We have an amazing reputation in the industry. We rarely have students complaining about the academic product, very rarely. You know, most of the time is from someone that comes that they might think, you know, they know the language perfectly and they might want to do something different from general English. But as I said in the first place, this is a general English language course, okay? So there will be general English classes where you learn a bit of everything, grammar, you know, communication, conversation, phrasal verb, you know, lots of stuff. And obviously you will have the chance, to participate and communicate with other students during the activities that the school organizes after the lessons. Okay, lessons might take place in the morning or in the afternoon, depending how the school is busy. Okay. Yeah, we can go ahead again. So Pembroke is the location of the school, and Swihi is the location of the apartments, which are next to each other, walking distance. Both areas are, very good areas, very centrally located. Okay. These are some pics of the apartments where you can see a double bed. It doesn't mean that you're going to share the bed with someone else. No. Some of the rooms are huge. We might have a double bed and a single bed. So if you are lucky enough when you arrive that a double bed is free and you are located to a double bed, you might have a double bed available. Keeping in mind that single beds are the normal, okay? So the rooms are twins, okay? So two single beds are next to each other. And the common parts are normally the bathroom and the kitchen and the living room, okay? Living and kitchens are purposely shared, in order to make friends very quickly, okay? Eventually when you arrive, the school staff will teach you what to do with the rubbish and what to do for cleaning after cooking, okay? Cleaning is provided once per week from the school. The rest of the days, the students have to keep clean and tidy after cooking. So it's important, to come and cooperate as a group, okay, in the apartment. These are some other pictures. As you can tell, there are twin beds. The school provides washing machines, to do your washing totally free. Air conditioning, air conditioning units, the air conditioning is free. Most of the schools in Malta, they charge extra. We don't. It's all inclusive. So once you're here, there are no other supplements to be paid unless obviously you want to buy extra activities, that are available to buy from reception. Our staff at reception speak 5 languages, so they will be happy to assist you if you need to know more about the activities or the excursions organized by the school, okay? As I was telling you, the washing up, the Wi-Fi is included, internet is free, kitchen is fully loaded with cooking facilities. So what is important, just to cooperate a bit between the students. There is no food provided, it's self-catering. So you will have to do your shopping. There are plenty of options, next to the accommodation to the school. And then eventually we will, tell you exactly where to buy at the best price, okay? Some small information about rubbish collections, but this type of information will be shared with you once you come to Malta, okay? Standard general English courses. The lessons are of 50 minutes each, okay? Lessons run from Monday to Friday. Weekend are free. You are totally free to meet up with your friends and, travel around the island, travel abroad if you find the time. Malta, it's an amazing opportunity because with 20 euros, you can catch a flight and go to Rome or Paris or Greece or Madrid. So, with very little money, you catch a flight on Friday after your lessons and come back on Sunday night just before your lessons on the Monday. As long as you stay safe, we wish you can at least visit another 2 countries during your stay. Okay? Course options, as I was telling you, in your particular case, we have general English lessons, a standard course. You can upgrade it to intensive if you want to do more lessons, okay? Or if you want to do, I don't know, some private lessons because you might feel you have the opportunity to slot in, I don't know, a couple of lessons each week privately with your best teacher. Once you are here, then you can select your teacher for the private lessons and say, look, I would like to have a couple of lessons private, to discuss, I don't know, maybe you are a lawyer in Brazil, so you might be taking some lessons, that are linked, to your future job, so you can do that. But, all these requests can be discussed once you are in Malta. It's a bit blurry, but give and take, it's a sample timetable. Okay. Normally it's lessons in the morning, but as I was saying, it could happen that we are chock-a-block super busy in the morning, so you might have lessons in the afternoon. So a normal day, how it works, so you're having your lessons in the morning, then you're free to do the activities with the other students in the afternoon. Then you return home and you dine, you have dinner, okay? And after dinner, obviously, you have the option to go out yourself with your friends or to join one of the activities, excursions that the school is planning on a regular basis. Some of the activities are free of charge. Some others are not, because maybe the transport is included and obviously has to be paid for, or maybe we have a guide, a professional guide involved, which has to be paid for. And but this is completely your option. Nothing is compulsory, it's optional, so you might join in if you like, you might not if you consider that is not appealing to you. Okay. With regards to activities excursions, we do international night where the students cook some food. As you can see, I'm one of the pictures, the first one on the left with the blue shirt. When there is an international night, I cook Italian food and I take them over. And the Brazilians obviously cook Brazilian food and they take them over. We play music until 1 o'clock in the morning at school. We party together. We meet with Korean students, Japanese, Turkish, and so many other countries. Advantages for booking with us, obviously, we are partner of Mackenzista, so we've been super selected. We are reliable people. We are available during your stay if needed. If you don't need us, obviously, we're not going to be bothering you too much during your stay. We will most probably show up at school to say hi and bye. But everything else, it can be dealt, via message, via WhatsApp, or via email. But, most probably, some of the students will love to see us because we will also have, for sure, one event out of the 2 weeks, a Mackenzista event. All the students will be gathered together to say hi. And most probably 2 events for the stay of 4 weeks, with all the students from Mackenzista. So we will gather together, we will go play bowling or karaoke night or something else, the more the merrier. Now, what is important is this page, which I believe is page 26, if I don't get it wrong, or 23 in this particular case.
Yeah,
You have 2. Okay, here you have 2 packages, guys. So 2 weeks and 4 weeks. If 2 weeks and 4 weeks doesn't appeal to you, that you want to stay 3 weeks or 4, 5 weeks or 6 weeks, then you get in touch with us. We will send you a proposal. 2 weeks, it's 910 euros. And 4 weeks, I can't see the price because I can see the window. 1 second. It's 1,770. Okay. Consider a supplement per week of 85 euros if you guys are coming in the summer. So you need to add 85 euros per week if you come during June, July, August, up to the 7th of September. Okay, that's important. Okay. On the other hand, it's pretty self-explanatory. You got all the information there, what is included. So whatever is not included here, that means has to be paid for. Okay. But, we will guide you accordingly. Okay. So the basic package, it's included. You have the lessons for 2 weeks, for booking of 2 weeks, or 4 weeks if you book for 4 weeks. You got accommodation booked for the entire stay. You got academic material included. You have the return airport transfer, okay, from the accommodation to the airport and vice versa, okay. You got the orientation tour, registration fees, the welcome pack, okay, and the emergency number in Malta. So this is what comes with it. Anything else that might be needed has to be asked for and obviously accounted for, okay. Okay, additional fees, as I was saying, this is some examples, okay. You got the intensive, you got the IELTS private lessons or group lessons. But as I said, it's not vital to know this type of stuff at this stage. It's important to come to Malta. And then once we are here, if there are any type of request, academically speaking or accommodation wise, we can deal with it once you are physically in Malta. Okay. I explain you give and take how it works. In order to book yourself in, you need to fill in some paperwork, fill in forms, and send 500 euros non-refundable deposit. Okay. The rest of the payment has to be done 4 weeks before your arrival to Malta. Okay. No payment can actually be made in Malta. All the payment has to be done before reaching Malta as a destination, because the school wants the payment in full before you actually approach Malta. That's the way it works. Once you send the deposit, we will confirm the deposit. We have already talked to the school before we receive the money. So that means, we have space for you. So it's all guaranteed. You can block the flight. Regarding flight, it's very important to fly over to Italy, to Rome, or Spain, Madrid, or France, Paris. These are the best cities where you can, and then you catch a cheap flight, a low-cost flight into Malta. There are other options like Germany. It's a bit tougher. They control more. They are more strict, with regards, to luggage weights. Where are you coming from? Brazil? Where are you going? Lots of questions. So try to fly over to Madrid, Rome, and Paris, or Amsterdam as an option. Okay. Or Turkey now. Istanbul is an option, a cheap option to fly from Brazil. Obviously, we are not involved with the flight. Okay, so you will have to search for the flight that fits you better with regards to dates and the prices. It's important to arrive in Malta on the Sunday and to leave your accommodation on the Sunday. In the event that flights are coming in on a different day, please, talk to us before you book the flight, okay? Because we can help you out to arrange an extra night somewhere else, but the school accommodation is Sunday to Sunday, okay? But as I said, I'm going to be available with my staff, to follow up and explain you, which days are best to come in or not. The offer is all year round. It doesn't have to be in July. It could be in January 2025 if you have your vacation in January, okay? It could be in February, it could be in March, it could be in April, it could be in May, it could be in June, you tell us, okay? As a matter of fact, some students from last year, they follow up the presentation last year, they couldn't fly last year. They bought, the flight and the course for this year. So we have already 3 or 4 students that have already purchased the flight and the course, for this coming, year, so 2025. But bear in mind, if you want to come in February, no problem.
Great, Santino. Thank you very much for your presentation. So before we go through the questions, I would like to give some basic information in Portuguese related to this deal package, if you don't mind. Okay?
Yeah.
Great. Pessoal, aqui são os 2 pacotes que nós, o escritório internacional aqui da COI, desenvolvemos ali com a parceria com o Santino e com a Atlas da Prime Courses. São 2 pacotes de 2 ou 4 semanas, onde vocês encontram aqui tudo que está incluído. Como o Santino falou, vocês podem embarcar desde janeiro de 2025 até o final do ano, de dezembro de 2025. Se escolher, por exemplo, escolherem um pacote de 2 semanas, vai ter um investimento de 910 euros, que está incluso 40 lessons, né? 40 lições, 40, não são horas, tá? São 40 lições.
São 20 por semana.
Yeah, 20.
20 per week.
40 per week. Isso, 40 lições for the whole period. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
São 20 lições por semana, no total do curso vão dar 40 lições, né? Com acomodação quarto duplo, que a vantagem é onde você vai sempre ali ter a oportunidade de interagir com outros estudantes, sempre por gênero, rapazes e meninas, e também existe, está incluído o material didático, o transfer de chegada e de retorno para o aeroporto, tem também uma taxa de ambiental que é requisitada pela Ilha de Malta. Em um primeiro dia vai ter uma orientação na escola, onde o Santini e toda a equipe dele vai
Exatamente. All the focus points, pharmacy, supermarket, I don't know, hospital,
the
bar,
bars, the clubbings,
cafeteria, nightclubs,
Yeah.
everything.
Great. Então tem essa
And it's
orientação.
important to mention as well to the students that the rooms are obviously for gender, so women with women, male with male, but the apartments are mixed genders, okay?
Ok.
It's important to explain this.
Só ressaltando que tem ali, quando é a acomodação da própria escola, é por gênero, né? Os rapazes e as meninas, mas se for um apartamento, um distrito de flat, aí tem esse mix de gênero. Então, a gente tem também aqui a questão, temos a taxa de matrícula, que é o registration fee, tem todo um momento ali de descontração de boas-vindas e também um número de emergência em Malta, da equipe do Santino, caso você tenha alguma emergência, né? Temos aqui uma outra pergunta. Sem passeio cultural incluído, is there any social activity included in this package? Or the students, they can...
Some of the activities free will be shown by the school at reception, and the student can actually go for it, or if they are not interested, they don't go for it. But, they will be free for all the students, so there is no point to put them here, okay?
Great.
So on the weekly basis, the school will offer free activities and excursions, and some activities will be at a cost, okay?
A escola oferece já uma agenda mensal, onde todas as semanas tem atividades socioculturais. Algumas delas são pagas, outras não são, outras são gratuitas. Então, a adesão é voluntária dos estudantes. Então, vocês podem ali, mas não existe, não foi programado nada específico para o pacote promovido aqui pelo Mackenzie. Então, são 2 ou 4 semanas esses pacotes. Aí eu tenho até uma pergunta do Diego aqui pelo chat, perguntando: Flávia, me formo esse ano, eu posso, eu posso fazer, também aproveitar essa oportunidade? Com certeza, Diego. Você não só pode, como deve, e se você tiver interesse em. Lógico, a gente está promovendo aqui curso de curta duração, que é justamente para que os estudantes, vocês, mackenzistas, possam ir nas férias escolares, da faculdade, do estágio, mas se por algum motivo, porventura, tiver algum de vocês estejam se formando, ou estejam em algum momento ali que vão ter um pouquinho mais de tempo, pode sim fazer um programa de longa duração, aí a equipe do Santino vai orientar. Se for um programa de até 12 semanas, com passaporte brasileiro não precisa de visto para a Europa, então não precisa solicitar visto aqui no Brasil antes de embarcar. No entanto, se for um.
What you need is just a valid passport for traveling.
Yeah.
Okay?
Isso, como ele mencionou, só precisa de um passaporte válido, preferencialmente com uma duração válida de 6 meses. Então, vamos imaginar que você já tem o passaporte, você vai vencer em fevereiro e você vai embarcar em janeiro, possivelmente vai ter problema para embarcar. Então, tem que ter no mínimo 6 meses de duração ali o seu passaporte, tá? Não
Mhm.
o visto, o passaporte. Temos uma outra pergunta aqui, olha. é, Quais são os gastos não incluídos no pacote? They are asking about any other costs uh, related.
Cost, cost is travel cost if you travel around, and personal cost and feeding cost, eating. Okay. Malta
Mm,
is generally not too expensive, depending where you do your shopping. Okay, but it's up to you.
an
You can,
average of how much?
well, depends,
150 to 200?
well, for 2 weeks,
No, for each week.
no less.
Less.
With 70 euros, 80 euros, you
Mm.
can eat well for the whole week.
Great.
Obviously, not in restaurants. I'm talking about shopping.
Sure, sure. Então, aqui sobre as alimentação não está incluída no pacote,
No,
porque a acomodação ela é uma acomodação de estudantil, não é uma casa de família. E não,
self-catering, self-catering.
self-catering, onde você mesmo ou você pode cozinhar a sua comida numa área comum, ou você pode
Correct.
comprar em restaurantes
You do your
próximos.
shopping, you use the facilities, the kitchen,
Como
as
ele
well.
mencionou, você pode ir lá no supermercado, fazer suas compras e cozinhar ali como se fosse um hostel, né? Então tem essas
If you don't
opções.
know how to cook, there are about 20 apps where you can order your food and then deliver straight at home, within minutes. Okay.
Perfeito. Para quem não sabe cozinhar, tem inúmeros aplicativos aqui, como no Brasil, onde você pode ali solicitar sua comida e
Or,
chegar
you
próximo.
go to the close by supermarket and you can buy, I don't know, a roasted chicken with 4 euros, or a already made salad, okay, which is very simple, or buy some
Perfeito.
fresh bread, you fill it in with, I don't know, salami or parma ham. It's very, very simple.
Respondendo a sua pergunta, Karen, não refeições não estão incluídas. Você vai ter no pacote, olha, né, o curso, a acomodação, que ela é em dupla, né, em quarto compartilhado com mais uma pessoa. Se você tiver um interesse em ter um quarto individual, você tem que solicitar para o Santino, para a equipe dele, que vai verificar a disponibilidade nessa data que você quer, e vai te dar um adicional de pagamento para aquele período específico. Não, ele sugeriu 75, entre 75 a 100 euros por semana, para você comer bem, bem assim, de maneira moderada, né? Não ir para restaurante
If
à la carte,
you
mas
can, if you eat filet steak every day, obviously it's more expensive. If you know how to cook pasta, a plate of pasta will cost you 3 euros. And, you can, or a salad will cost you 4 euros to make. So it's not a big deal. Some of the students, I think they ask, why not include in the breakfast at least? We don't, because we cater for 25 different, cultures, nationalities. It's impossible to cook something that everyone likes, That's why students, that there are mature students, they buy what they want and they cook what they want. It's the best way forward.
Aí está respondida a sua pergunta, Karen. Como ele mencionou, é bem diferente do Brasil e de outras nacionalidades, né? Se você for super no supermercado em São Paulo, por exemplo, com R$ 100 você não compra praticamente nada. Já aí na Europa é diferente. O dinheiro tem um valor, né? A moeda tem um valor, um peso maior. Então, com €100 você consegue ali passar super bem a semana. É, já fui intercambista, já trabalhei com intercâmbio por muitos anos em agências e é super comum. Mesmo que a gente, então, como ele mencionou, seria complicado ele oferecer algum tipo de alimentação, de café da manhã, por exemplo, para inúmeras culturas. Então, a gente, por exemplo, a gente iria gostar com ovos mexidos e salsicha, sendo que outras nacionalidades não. Então, agradar a todos seria bem difícil. Então, por isso que não tem, tá? Aqui só uma complementação também sobre essa questão do High Season Supplement. Se vocês embarcarem no próximo ano, que é o verão europeu, entre 14 de junho e 7 de setembro, além do pacote que você escolher, se for de 2 semanas de 910 ou de 4 semanas de 1.770, por semana tem que adicionar €85. Isso para a taxa de alta temporada, né, que é bem comum, não só
Correct.
no intercâmbio, mas também em hotéis, tá? Hotéis, lazer, é uma taxa de alta temporada. O que mais? No geral é isso, pessoal. Se vocês tiverem qualquer tipo de dúvida, pergunta, depois pode. We have now for questions.
If
Let's
you
go to the.
want, I can write in the chat my WhatsApp number.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you don't mind, feel free
I don't at all.
to drop it.
So,
They are asking about when they will be able to travel. So all
you
year
can
long.
travel from January to the end of 2025 when you can, not a problem. Before
Perfect.
you book your flight, check the flight, details, when is cheaper, to get a flight. And then obviously you keep in touch with us and say, look, I found this flight. These are the dates. Do you have availability? I will check the availability, come back to you, say, yes, we can take you. I block a place for you. And then you can buy the tickets and send us all the information requested. What I did in the chat, I added a Maltese number. It is a WhatsApp number, no call, just send your name and your question if you have any, no problem. Okay, I will come back to you. As I said, we are 5 hours in front of you, so I can reply to you once I see the message, and I can guide you to make the booking. Okay?
Thank you very much, Santinos. Não precisa de visto para a Europa, como mencionei. O Santino mencionou, inclusive, que os principais rotas para melhores opções de voos em termos de valores é Milão, que está bem pertinho ali Malta. Pensa na bota da Itália, né? Malta é como se fosse a bola no meio do oceano, né? Você vê
Normally flight to Italy, they reach Rome. From Rome is only 1 hour flight into Malta. If you go to Madrid, it will be around 2.5 hours. Then if you go to Paris, pretty much is 2 hours and a half, give and take. So, but it depends on the price you find, with the different.
I've been to Malta once and I flew via Munich.
Yeah.
In Germany. Great. Isso, então essas são as principais rotas que ele mencionou. E tem também um dos principais diferenciais aqui, tá bem pertinho da Itália, na Sicília. No final de semana dá para pegar um ferry boat ali, uma balsa e passar um final de semana, 90 minutos, está na Sicília. Você pode passear com seus amigos e tal. Lembrando, se você chegando em Malta, tem que chegar no domingo e voltar o teu voo no domingo, tá? Sugiro que você, nessa ida e vinda, que você possa passear para outros destinos na Europa. Tipo, pessoal, tem qualquer dúvida, pode falar com o Santino. Mas se tiver dúvida de roteiro, alguma coisa, pode vir aqui falar comigo na call, eu tô por aqui, né, o Flávio. Vai ser um prazer assessorar vocês, mas eu vou depois compartilhar com vocês também a página do Santino lá na COI, onde vocês vão ter a oportunidade, no site da COI, se vocês forem lá, International Affairs, COI, estudar no exterior, cursos de inglês, vai ter a página com todas as informações do Santino, da escola dele, para vocês terem essa melhor rota, melhor alternativa de sanar suas dúvidas e informações
Fabio, do
sobre...
you wanna share the link of that page here in the
Yeah,
chat? If
sure.
it, maybe
I will
it,
share in 1 second.
yeah, it's easier for the students.
So we have a couple of questions related to scholarship. We actually don't offer scholarship. Uh, to we at this moment we don't offer, but we are going to in the future we are pretending to we are planning to offer some scholarship to students. O pessoal perguntou de bolsas de estudos. No momento a gente não tem ainda nenhuma opção de bolsa com o Santino, com a escola dele, mas estamos preparando um possível edital para o próximo ano, onde vocês vão poder concorrer aí a bolsas parciais, mas não são integrais. Se você, de repente, participa de algum sistema de bolsas de estudos aqui na UPM, nesse momento não é a oportunidade que é ideal, tá? Estudar no exterior, deixa eu achar aqui.
Yeah, you got the
Aqui tem todas as informações, pessoal. Financeiramente, quanto você acha que deve gastar em média para 2 semanas e 4 semanas? Gastar, você diz, o valor total do pacote ou o valor lá em Malta? Sugiro que você encaminhe, além do investimento do pacote, além do investimento do passagem aérea e seguro-saúde, sugiro que você leve no mínimo 200 euros por semana. Então, sei lá, 75, 100 euros para você ter alimentação e tal, e o restante para você ter lazer e passear. Olha, a viagem toda eu não estou com calculadora aqui agora para fazer a questão de. Mas qual que é a vantagem de fazer o intercâmbio com a parceria com a ATA? Deixa eu voltar aqui onde a gente estava.
don't forget something very important. When you click on the link that Flavio provided, there is a registration form where you need to fill it in, so it will come straight to us, so we know exactly who you are, which course at Mackenzie you're doing, and everything else.
Yeah.
Very important.
Ali né, o formulário de inscrição, vocês encaminham para o formulário que a equipe do Santino responde para vocês. Let's go for Minha irmã não estuda no Mackenzie, ela poderia ir também? Certamente, Marcela. É só você. Ela essa oportunidade ela é aberta não só para mackenzistas, mas para a família, né? Os familiares e amigos também. Let's check if we have any other question. Possível bolsa, período. Okay, I think we covered everything, Santino.
We did indeed. Thank you,
Yeah,
Flavio, and
thank
thank
you
you,
very. Yeah, go
the
ahead.
students to join us today. We hope to see most of them sometimes in Malta soon. Okay.